With the latest coming in from Thailand, as the country's Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has called for talks with protesters as anti-government demonstrations continue for a fourth day. The pro-monarchy Prime Minister said that he is concerned that the rallies will be used by troublemakers to instigate violence. The protesters have been demanding Prayut's resignation. Thousands of anti-government protesters took over key intersections in Bangkok, defying a ban on protests with chants of down with dictatorship and reform the monarchy.
เราอยากเป็นส่วนหนึ่งในการเรียกร้องประชาธิปไตยในครั้งนี้ครับเพราะว่ามันเป็นโอกาสของเราแล้วในเมื่อทุกคนออกมาเราก็ไม่มีอะไรที่ต้องจะกลัวนะครับแล้วก็วันนี้คือเราเห็นสถานการณ์ก่อนหน้านี้ว่าทุกคนก็ชุมนุมกันอย่างเป็นระเบียบเรียบร้อยอันนี้คือมันบ่งบอกว่าเขาทุกคนเป็นประชาชนนะครับคือมันไม่มีความวุ่นวายเกิดขึ้นเลยความรุนแรงที่เกิดขึ้นจากทาง
Demonstrations have persisted despite the arrest of dozens of protest leaders, the use of water cannon and shutdown of much of Bangkok's metro rail system. The police made no immediate steps to intervene as protesters marched to Bangkok's most important transport hubs. The police also refused to reveal their deployment plan as protesters prepare for another rally.
I can't say that because it depends on the situation basically. The situation is really dynamic at the moment. So I can't, there is no formula as to what we do or what we not to do. But what we can say now is to warn the public as to what is the law. This is what they have to follow the law. Failure to do so, we have to enforce the law accordingly. It depends on how the situation has evolved.
In a concerning development, the Thai police is seeking probe of 4 media outlets over their protest coverage. The police want Thailand's broadcast regulator and digital ministry to investigate the outlets and suspend broadcasting or remove computer information. The police accuse the outlets of producing content which affected state security, peace and order, and the good morals of the people. Meanwhile, Thai King Maha Vajiralongkorn attended a graduation ceremony in a northeastern state as protests against the monarchy continued in the capital, Bangkok. Thousands of students are defying the lèse majesté law, which makes criticizing or insulting the royal family a criminal offence. And so understandably, Thailand's Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has called for talks with the protesters. How are these talks expected to pan out? Let's listen in from Phil Robertson, the Deputy Director at Human Rights Watch Asia Division, who joined us earlier during the broadcast from Bangkok. Let's listen in.
Well, it's not clear that the talks are going to have any substance at all, or even who is invited. At the same time that the government is saying that it wants to have talks with protesters, it's also moving forward with an order to censor and perhaps ban at least 5 media outlets that are reporting from the protests, including Voice TV, Prayut Thai, the Reporters, the Standard, and the Free Youth, the actual group that are organizing these protests. So, you know, if he's talking about having a dialogue, gagging one side through shutting down media outlets is not a good way to start.